and welcome to this special feature on Waves Film Bazaar with Creative First. Our guest today is Indian filmmaker Sanju Surendran. Sanju, it's a pleasure to welcome you for this discussion.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You graduated from FTI in Pune and now work in Indian cinema more broadly. How did your time at FTI shape your approach to the filmmaker you've now become?
The FTI has been a very nice experience for me, in the sense that you have a certain, you can explore your own filmmaking idiom. So, in the sense that each exercises that we do, we can fail, we can start exploring new films, and they have a very wonderful library and film screenings also every day. So, you get to see new films, you interact with friends, you get new exposure through books. But the finest experience was our masterclass workshop with Manikol. So Manikol, I think at that time came to India after a long time, and he took the masterclass workshop for us. It was like 1 month, but it was a very beautiful masterclass workshop. So he was a very wonderful filmmaker, and also he wanted each one of us to make our own films. As he would say, to find our own Swabhav. Swabhav in the sense that our own unique way of doing things or unique way of filming. So it isn't like usually the masters would ask us to imitate, but he was actually asking us to find ourselves. So this was a very wonderful experience for me, and also it had helped me a lot in my filmmaking career.
Your film Eden Garden of Desire premiered in 2017 and won the second best film at the Kerala State Film Awards. What was that debut moment like for you?
Aiden was Aiden was a very tough film in the sense that it is a very difficult film to make. Also, it was my first film, and also in IFFK it won 2 awards, and in Kerala State Awards it won all the major awards like screenplay, cinematography, audio mixing, and all. That I was teaching at KR Narayan Film Institute at that time. So in Kottayam, I chanced upon Harish's book called Adam, his short stories. So Harish was, I just discovered the writer, and it was very beautiful writing. It almost had a certain haiku-like quality to his writing, very observational, very precise. But at the same time, there's something magical realism about that writing. So I thought that I should make these stories into films. So these Harish's 3 stories were made into a film called Eden. And it was a very beautiful experience. It was a team effort. A lot of our friends had pitched in, and we could actually make this film together. Yeah.
Your latest film, Kidki Gao, which represents If on a Winter's Night, recently won the Highlight Vision Award at the Busan International Film Festival this year. How did the film evolve from its initial concept to that recognition?
This happened to this is a certain event which happened to a friend of mine, and also so we were discussing the story possibilities of homelessness, of a different rented space. Like one of my friends was telling about Ritwik Ghatak's film Musafir. So it's a black and white film. You might have seen it. It's a very beautiful film. In its there's a rented space, and it shows 3 stages of life, since life, death, marriage. And it's very beautifully crafted. You find elements which are not there addressed in mainstream cinema at that time, like intercaste marriage and all. So I thought it was a very beautiful film, but that was a takeoff point. Rekha Raj did the scripting of the film, and she has written it very beautifully, almost like a novel. And each winter I was thinking that we should shoot this film, but we couldn't manage the resources and stuff like that. It is a very tough journey. For each film made is like a miracle. It's very difficult to make a film. We had a producer finally, but till the last minute, that person reached out. So then I decided to gather all my resources, and with all our friends, we made this film. We shot in Delhi for some time, and it was a very close team. And the actors were very wonderful and cooperative. Roshan and Banu, and also the cinematographer. So it was a very much of a team effort, and we could this film. It also took a lot of time for me to edit the film, so that to get that correct rhythm of the film and the sense of Delhi winter. I think that was very important for me. So and finally, we are very happy that it premiered at Busan International Film Festival. We also got the Asian Cinema Fund. So we did the post production in Seoul. The color grading and sound mixing and all. So that was also very nice because the technicians have a very soft mix. A very soft mix, and the color grade also could add something to the film which we had previously seen with that feel of winter. So, and finally, it won the Vision Award, and it was nice, wonderful.
Congratulations once again. Film Bazaar this year, how are you approaching the marketplace differently compared to when you launched your earlier films?
The last few years, a lot of new filmmakers have come, a lot of new opportunities have come, and also this co-production scenario has evolved. And I think this year, especially, it has been a blockbuster year for Indian cinema. We had, say, in Sundance, we had major wins, and Venice, we had major wins. Busan, there were about 5 film festivals. Toronto, there were interesting films. Berlinale, there were nice films, 5 films also. So it's a very interesting crop of Indian filmmakers are coming out. Especially in the Indian independent cinema and the poetic cinema scenario.
Many of your films have strong regional specificity in terms of place, mood, and culture. How do you balance that with making a story that travels internationally?
I always felt that when we are telling a story, it's very important to be rooted. It needs to have a certain context to it, a certain cultural context, or so only then that story would have a soul or a life. So even when we made it, it was very regional in the sense that this name, the spaces, but at the same time, there was something very universal appeal in those films, in those stories, something which people could connect, the universal emotions which people could connect. So I think the cultural context, the nuances are very important while making a film. Even while making it for a winter's night, we try to look at Delhi in not in a touristy way. Delhi as Delhi is.
For filmmakers entering Waves Film Bazaar's labs and co production markets for the first time, what is the one thing you wish you had known earlier?
A lot of my friends had applied for it and been part of it, but I didn't know what really it was happening or inside. But last year, our film was the Fishers of Men Kodiyan. It was in the co-production market. It won the second best pitch. So it was actually a very wonderful experience for me, in the sense that we were actually meeting new people, producers or investors, and also the producers, like foreign producers, they actually are very interested in the story and they give you ideas on the story, and also how to build your film. So this was a very an eye opener, a very interesting experience for me. I think that this is a very important event in South Asia for filmmakers.
Your filmmaking has ranged across very different themes and tones. What is the next story you're drawn to and what keeps you excited?
Yes, my next story is this Korean Fishers of Men. So this is a script by Harish. So Harish, this is a film about obsession. So obsession is like a one-way street. There's no turning back. So we are looking forward to make this film this year. The scripting is almost done. Like that.
What role do you believe Film Bazaar plays in supporting filmmakers from less represented regions in India?
Yes, for the I think for the regional cinema, it is very important that there's a platform like Film Bazaar. I'm saying even for a even if let's say if there's a platform like Viewing Room, we can see that at least one year there would be 200 entries for the Viewing Room. The number of films that are made in India is very enormous, and India is such a diverse country. Each state has its own unique culture, language, so the like each event in film bazaar actually helps the filmmakers a lot. I'm saying whichever event you are getting into. Now this year they're having the documentary section, which is very important, I think. The documentary films, they are because people in Europe or internationally, people are interested in Indian stories, so documentaries also have a very good possibilities. And of course, this co-production market, that's a very beautiful event place. Yeah.
When you look forward 5 or 10 years from now, what would you like to have achieved, or what legacy would you hope your films leave?
See, it's best that you don't expect anything. You just make films. Because when when I passed out of the institute, I remember meeting a senior's wife. So she was advising me on how to make a film. I was just fresh out of the institute, so she was saying that filmmaking is like a tapasya. You have to wait at least 10 years before making a first film. I just wanted to make it next year. But as things turned out, it actually took 10 years to make the first film, and another 7 years to make the second film. So it's very difficult to navigate this world, to find an idea, to work on it, and then to get a good team and a producer and to realize it. See, for an artist, it is very easy. I'm saying for a poet, you just need a paper and a pen. So for a filmmaker, you need a whole army. So that's the difference. Yeah.
And what can aspiring filmmakers really, in terms of polishing their skills, do? Because as you rightly said, a film would take 10 years, 7 years, to put all the elements into place. But if people are aspiring to be a filmmaker, what can they do to craft their skill more in those years until their film
I
is made?
think practice is very important for a filmmaker. Practice, like everyday practice. Like if you take a painter like Cezanne, so every day he would go out with his painting kit and stuff like that, and he go to the French countryside and he would paint from morning to afternoon. Just like very rigorously, like an office work. So similarly, filmmakers should actually engage with their craft on an everyday basis. It can be on a script. You can read the script or write, or it can be shooting. Even with your iMobile or phone, you can shoot something or work on it. So I think the engagement with the craft is very important. Like I remember Santosh Shivan was telling me once that how he would actually practice photography. So he would actually fill his flat with all the things in the world. So you have the Sam of Hussein paintings or statues from Africa. All these crafts, and he would photograph each and every one, all the angles. Until so this is like a daily practice to him. Every day you must know that he's a fantastic cinematographer. Still, he goes on
Absolutely.
practicing it, and then once he has exhausted these possibilities, every angle, every short thing, and he would actually bring new props to his home, so that he can again practice. So
Wow.
this kind of a practice is very important for. It's like an everyday learning for a filmmaker. You can't rest. That's it.
Thank you, Sanju, for sharing your amazing insights. And I'm sure there's a lot that people will learn, especially at Film Bazaar today under your mentorship.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you.